Hey, Aemyn here, your best friend, your podcasting co-worker, your pretzel boy. I've been eating these little packets of pretzels lately, and they go fantastic with Maltesers. We're back from a long break that we sort of used to get ourselves a bit more organized and record some things ahead of schedule. So many other shows I've seen and talked to have been taking breaks around this time of year. I think it's probably because a lot of the ones that I know are run by people who are studying, and I think they're taking exams. I'd just like to thank some folks for their kind words about the show and for listening in. Kyle from the podcast The M Word, which is a fantastic show about millennials, by millennials, for millennials? Maybe it's for the elderly, I don't know. They could use some more information. Tracy from Paper News Out Loud, this great abstract show that I love and have been listening to for a long time. And a couple people I met at the Daily Tech News Show meetup in Sydney who were kind enough to take the name of our show from me and subscribe to it on the spot. That's a confirmed subscription. 100% verified. Can't get analytics better than that. All of you are the reason this show exists, and without it, we would probably just, I don't know, wander off into the forest and disappear forever. So I thought a cool thing to do would be to create a guest book for you to leave us a little message in. And you can find that at bit.ly/69 nice. That's one word. I'll see you on the other side.
There's an infinite number of universes out there. In many of them, there is a podcast by us. In one of them, it's good. Please enjoy.
I just got back from the oven and I'm having the worst pie experience that I've had in a long time, which is burnt outside of pie, freezing cold inside of pie, misery all around.
Oh no.
It's the worst.
It's like the George R.R. Martin of pies.
And
it's a song of ice and fire.
And it's the last one. I don't have any more. I can't just be like, ha ha ha, I'll just throw this in the trash where it belongs. Nope. Gotta watch the whole dang season of this pie.
Just, yeah. The worst part is it hasn't ended yet. You're still eating it. For a year, you're still eating it in a year.
Hi, I'm James HBO. Enjoy my burnt and cold pie. Game of Thrones, Season 9, coming soon.
This sounds like we don't like Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. Just saying. But yeah.
Hello and welcome to the But Yeah podcast with Aemyn and Zeb. I'm Aemyn.
And I'm Zeb.
And
today's a very special day. It's a very known the world over. Let me just check my notes. It's Pack Rat Day.
Oh, of course. I had that written on my fridge.
Yeah. I had it decorating my house.
I called my mum and told her happy Pack Rat Day.
My parents hate it when I call them every day, and I'm just like, happy, inane, random day that I found on the internet.
Oh my god, you can't do that. What if you did that, though?
Just great.
Hey, Mum. It's me. I just wanted to say something really important. It's Chocolate Day.
It's Macaroon Day.
I have sent you nothing.
It's Snails Day. Here's some snails.
But it is Pack Rat Day today, 17th of May, 2018, and we are unloading our trash onto you. If you want a piece of our trash, come on by to 123 Fake Street today and get some of our stuff. Just kidding, we're keeping all our stuff. It's ours. You can't have it. We need all this trash.
We wouldn't be pack rats without it, would we? We'd be just one of the other rats.
Yeah.
A regular rat. We'd be like a cotton rat.
So Pack Rat Day, you're not bringing your natural rats into the conversation on Pack Rat Day. Pack Rat Day is about theoretical rats in the form of people who put stuff in a shed and forget about it.
It's about the most noble of rats, the garbage hoarding kind that are us, the people. But we wear the insignia of the noble pack rat, the animal, with all its gear, I assume in a bag or like a trolley. I don't know. It's got all its shit, newspapers.
Portrait of a species doomed to extinction by collecting all their trash. That's not the voice. Hang on.
That was pretty. It was like a Morgan Freeman.
That was two Morgan Freeman.
Like you were going for David Attenborough, but I actually kind of like the Morgan Freeman.
No, I wasn't going for David Attenborough either. I was going for Rod Serling.
Who the hell is that?
It's the black and white man who stands in the picture at the start of the scary TV show from the 1960s.
Like the Twilight Zone guy.
Yeah.
What? Wait, now how do you? I can't think of not Morgan Freeman.
You can't not think of Morgan Freeman? I have that issue too every day.
And so damn it. Nah, whatever.
Like I go throughout my day and I'm like, might have some butter. And Morgan is like, and he reached for some butter despite the fact it was a bad choice.
The big old jar of butter.
Big butter basket for boys. Anyway, it's Pack Rat Day, which is a day about celebrating all the trash that you keep in your house and around your place and just sort of collect. It's actually secretly not a celebration of that. It's
well, actually, yeah, I was going to say, according to my website that I have found, it's actually about some late spring cleaning and to make space for newer. It says more useful things, but I want to say more shit.
Different things.
I want different trash. I'm sick of this same old trash.
I hate this trash.
I'm just going to put a newspaper over the top of it. They're all clean. Now for some more trash to put on top of that trash.
This trash is so 2017. I need that 2018 trash and some 2019 trash in advance for the oncoming year.
Man, you're really ahead of the trash game. I'm not. I'm still getting that cheap trash from a couple of years back. It's like when you get a console.
You're still 2000 and late.
What's the other one? 2000. I'm 2000 and great. Whatever. How are you celebrating Pack Rat Day, Aemyn?
Well, I'm not really celebrating it because it is a day specifically targeting my lifestyle, which is collecting various lengths of wire and putting them in a drawer and never using them.
It's not a day you celebrate so much as
be criticized by.
It gets you. It celebrates you.
Yearly, what the hell is wrong with you day.
Yearly, get your shit together day.
Yeah, it's like
yearly Zeb, what are you doing with your life day? Oh, I hate this day. What's it doing?
So I'm celebrating it by using some of the stuff that I have. Which is to say,
ooh, what are you using it for? Like you click use and then you click on bin? Is that what you mean? Or
no, I'm using the wire on the electronics that I never touch and turning them into new electronics that I will proceed to never touch.
Ah, you're disproving Pack Rat Day. Because Pack Rat Day is all like, see those wires you got in that drawer? You know, you're not actually going to use that shit for anything. It's just trash. Throw those shattered pot plant ceramics away. You're not actually going to use it for something someday.
You're never going to piece that thing together. Forget about it.
But what you're doing here is you're going, I'm going to grab all this stuff and I'm going to sort of jangle it together and I'm going to make some shit. Functional shit.
Pretty much. I got an old effects pedal that was broken and I opened it up and I put this little Arduino chip in there, which is called an ESP8266. Which is like this cool, really cheap way to get Wi-Fi controlled something. So essentially, I just wired two wires to a button.
What are you Wi-Fi controlling?
Now I can send the enter key to my computer for reasons that are too difficult to explain.
Like it's actually something you want, or just like, I can do this? How cool is...
No, I wanted it. It's for controlling music software so I can loop stuff. I need a foot switch.
From a room over.
No. For underneath me, but there's no other way to get the enter key at my foot without spending more than $5.
Wait, so you have the enter key on a pedal?
Yes.
So like when I'm talking to you on the internet, like you're sending your messages with your foot?
I could. That's a good use case. I didn't think of that.
Man.
Type, tap. Tap. No, not even a break. Type, tap.
Yeah, you can just keep typing. Like
just keep typing.
You just save time. Man, I've got something on this as we get to it later, actually. Speaking of time efficiency with keyboards, there's a war. There's a war that we didn't know about. But yeah, back to this. So you're kind of disproving you're kind of rebelling against Pack Rat Day.
Yeah.
Pack Rat Day is more of a criticism of a lifestyle, but you're celebrating it in opposite. You're saying, hey, Pack Rats, screw you. Instead, you could say you're probably more celebrating Harvest Mice Day.
No. I'm celebrating...
As you harvest the gear and turn it into a new form?
Absolutely not. I'm celebrating Millennial Pack Rat Day, which is we sort of advance on the previous generation's mess-ups of declaring, oh, what are we going to do with all this garbage? I guess it's just trash. No, millennials are stepping in and we're turning those wires into new things and we're turning that trash into bigger trash with glue.
Like an art installation?
Yeah.
I'm just going to crunch it up into a ball and hang it on the ceiling. Ah, look, it's art now.
I'm starting a millennial art gallery.
It's just trash.
This is all the trash my grandpa left at my house.
Whoa, it's so symbolic. Man, remember back in the day when they scrunched everything up into a giant ball? Like, this is all of my grandfather's stuff turned into a cube. There's some googly eyes on it. Wow. So disruptive. What's the word? Subversive. So postmodern. So now.
How are you celebrating Pack Rat Day, though?
I did throw some rubbish out, but not the kind of like, oh, this is a cool bit of rubbish I've been saving up. Just like, papers and newspapers that are accumulated out the front. I don't know. I have yet to really do something. I like your idea, except I'm not that inventive. I tend to just sort of put stuff on top of the other stuff and go, now I don't have to look at you. Problem solved. So I'm just going to throw a blanket over it. I'm less of a harvest mouse and more of an actual pack rat. I guess I've been like rearranging my computer trash, if that counts as like, because I hoard a lot of shit. It's like an archaeological dig when I go down the folders in my from my desktop. Like, there's the most recent stuff in the first folder, but then I click on the new folder number 2, and then there's like stuff from a couple of months back, and then within that there's another folder after I scroll for a bit, and that's called new folder 2 as well. And then it goes back a year, and I can go back for ages. I haven't found the start.
Yeah, you're making me angry now because I'm thinking about all my files and the issues I'm having with them lately.
Virtual pack rat day. I guess that's the more modern millennial pack rat.
Yeah, I'm dealing with issues with my cloud service. Like, keeps resetting itself, so I keep having to log back in. It keeps reprocessing, and I have 500,000 files, and I don't know what to do.
What?
I have about 300 gigs of stuff, and that's spread across almost 500,000 different files.
Like, you're going to lose it because your service is going to get closed?
Well, I'm not going to lose it. It's just I can't sync the new stuff easily. I send you, like, my files, and it takes a while to load in because it's got to process other crap.
Sounds like you need a hard drive. Sounds like you need to print all of this off as physical media.
Yeah, that doesn't...
Put it in a folder and keep it somewhere. Somewhere safe. And get like a card sleeve folder, like with the 9 sleeves, and fill each of them with USBs.
That's the government's method.
This is the postmodern photo album of the future. Yeah, and this is your granddad.
Oh god.
And it's a USB stick. Okay, that contains all the photos of your granddad. And you turn over the folder, and it's just got more and more USBs everywhere, and they just all fold out on little turning keychains, and you just like plug your phone into it, and you're just like, it's interactive.
If I copied all of my OneDrive data onto 8GB thumbsticks, I would have 37,000 thumbsticks and a whole nother problem.
Man, you should put it all on thumbsticks and then put it around your house as physical garbage.
Let me just get the weight of that.
This is how much garbage I have online in real life.
Oh, God.
Turn them into discs, even better. Or floppy disks.
Okay, so it would only be 450 kilograms of thumbsticks, so that's not too bad.
I mean, that's heavier than most people. That's a lot.
I guess that's more than I could fit in my car.
Yeah, that's not something you could transport in one trip. Especially when it's all like a heap of like USBs too. It's not like a solid object. It's like it could disappears through your fingers. The big garbage bag bursts and USBs pour out and your neighbor just sort of looks like, what? Is this millennial? I
like to think that to use them, you have to insert them in order. Like they're multi-part zips or something. So you have to like shuffle around for number 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be fun.
It's like a big puzzle. It's terrifying. You could hide them all over the planet and they could be like a movie. Like, we must reassemble the Aemyn's hard drive because together it contains the secret. smashed up into heaps of like USB stick. So how should everyone else celebrate Pack Rat? What does the website say? What does the internet say for?
Well, the spiritual version of Pack Rat Day is that you actually clean and get rid of stuff.
Why?
Yeah, as if.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
What I want you to do, listener, is when you get home, or if you are home, take off your headphones in the middle of the night and go outside to where you keep all that trash in the room. It might not be outside.
Make some trash angels. Just jump in it. Slice your arms back and forth and make some trash angels.
No, that's a valid point, but really what I want you to do is go to wherever you keep the most stuff and stand at the doorway and just give it a big old look and put your hand up to your mouth like you're thinking and then turn around and walk away.
Yeah, consider cleaning it briefly.
Yeah.
Or just be in awe of the majesty of your creation and consider, I could clean it, but look what I've created. This is such a masterpiece of work. Like,
yeah, ponder its beauty. Like, if you really look closely, you can see how beautiful all those rectangles and blankets are.
I hate cleaning like crap like this, mainly because I'm super nostalgic. Like, I'm someone who sits there and goes, "Ooh, here's one individual thing." And I turn it over my hand and I look up at the sky and I think back through all the memories that this roll of tape were associated with. And I'm like, I can't throw this out. And I put it in the box. And basically I just move all the trash from one side of the room to the other. I'm just like, I did it. I went through all of it.
It's like you're trying to fight the thrall of these grand relics, except it's all just trash.
Yeah, I'm like they're necromancers and I'm being like puppeteered about by all my shit.
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, I feel like a necromancer, like raising the dead memories. I love old shit because I would never have remembered things without having that object still in my life, if you know what I mean.
No,
because
you would have.
No, I've studied psychology, by the way, remember? And memory's shit. Memory's awful. It doesn't work. We think it's going to be, we think we remember shit. We don't. We make up half our memories. Every time you access a memory, you wreck it, you change it, you make it a different color.
You make it better.
So having a little cue, a little item, like a port key into your past things is like, wow, this is really cool. I love that. I'm like, God, I love this USB I bought in year 8. It's like 2 gigabytes. There's nothing on it. It doesn't work, but I still like it. I don't even know if SanDisk still exists as a company. Cruiser. Who knows? What a wonderful world.
That's what that song was about. All his old shit.
Whoa.
I see piles of paper.
Oh, man. Can someone do an alternate film clip of that? alternate song with like alternate film clip. So, I just come back from watching the Avengers a second time.
Really?
It was a riot. Have you watched it yet?
No. Everyone that was going to watch it with me canned the event and ran away.
Good. You're on an awful crusade. Aemyn here, for anyone not too closely monitoring his Twitter, has been trying to watch the new Avengers movie, having only watched Iron Man 1. I am gobsmacked and offended.
I'm pretty sure everyone says Iron Man 1 is the best and only Iron Man.
I mean, I don't doubt it, but it doesn't... I'm more worried for you watching this movie, because for anyone... I'm not... By the way, this is... No spoilers, I'm not going to reveal the ending or anything here, but this is not a movie. It's not a movie. It's an experience.
Oh, yeah.
It's more of like the climax of all the other movies. Like, it doesn't feel like... It doesn't tell you what's going on. It's just like, you've seen the other 20 movies? Good, let's go. Stuff happens.
Perfect.
And you're like,
Get it over and done with.
Yeah, it's good. So you got to watch at least the first Avengers.
Look, I've got my baseline study material. I've seen the Hulk #1. I've seen Spider-Man, the very first #1 movie. And I've seen Iron Man #1. And that's the 3 main characters of this movie, so...
Have you at least seen Spider-Man 2, the original one, which doesn't relate either?
Yeah, I have, actually.
That doesn't actually help. I'm still disgusted, but
I've seen Spider-Man vs. Green Goblin, Spider-Man vs. Second Green Goblin, I think, Spider-Man versus the Sandman.
no, he versus the Octopus Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man versus the very long-armed man.
Yeah, Spinal Tap.
Spider-Man versus Curious George and the Yellow Man.
It's weird that like the bad guy's called Dr. Octopus, right? When like you can apply that.
Yeah, I know. He should just shorten it to Doctopus, right?
No. I mean, yeah. He should. That's amazing. But like it makes me think, knowing very little about the Marvel comic universe, are all of Spider-Man's villains and all that like 8-legged?
6 or more.
Or arachnid? Like is there a scorpion? Is there a scorpion? I mean, not that goblins have 8 legs, but do they? I don't know. I've never met a real goblin. Is that racist to goblins? Maybe they have like baby. Didn't we talk about that in the past? Baby arms.
What?
They have baby arms. They have baby arms, but then they grow new arms, but they lose their baby arms.
What are you talking about?
We've talked about this.
We have not talked about
We have talked about this.
baby arms on goblins.
In like, not on goblins, but just imagine if, like teeth, we had baby arms. Episode 3, I'm going to guess that.
No, you're lying.
Whichever episode we talk about teeth fairies in.
Zeb,
And
you've informed me yourself that memory doesn't work.
yeah,
It's clearly not something we've talked about.
I mean your memory. My memory is an infallible, beautiful fairy.
Can you just quickly summarize what you're trying to talk about? Because I got baby arms on everything.
The New Avengers was good. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I watched a podcast.
No, that's not right. That's not the equivalent to reading an audiobook.
Yeah, I read a podcast the other day by Wisecrack, which was pretty good, and they were talking about it, and they're like, it was good, but it's the death of cinema. And I'm like, I kind of agree with it. I can see where they're coming from, because like, now that Marvel has done this thing where they've built 20 movies over 10 years that culminate...
They've created the greatest movie of all time.
No. They've made... Shut up. They've made serialized movies. So now, like, there's going to be other studios out there trying to do, like, cinematic universes. I mean, so far they're all, like, falling over and, like, being shit at it. Like, DC tried to do it. And there was some, like, horror-themed one which didn't really work. But as soon as they actually figure out how to make movies by doing it, like once everyone gets tired of superheroes, it's going to be a thing. People are going to have to watch about 20 movies before they watch any movie. You're not going to be able to go to the cinema anymore, Aemyn, because you'll have to keep up.
Here's the thing with that is, one, we already live in a universe, and most movies are sort of set in that, which is nice. There's a good commonality between them.
Wow, they've already done it. Is that what you're saying? The shared cinematic universe of the actual universe is already a thing. Wow. People were impressed with this new Avengers movie, but actually we should be impressed with life itself. Is that your argument?
Well, if you think about where the technology is going and things like that, we've got VR coming up, or augmented reality. That's obviously going to end up in something to do with cinema at some point.
Yeah, you'll be able to look around. I won't watch the movie. I'll be just looking the other way over at whatever's happening over in the background. Like, look at this thing. I hope there'd be heaps of cool little subplots just where, like, that you can find.
That's what I'm saying, is like, it'll literally be a cinematic universe where you'll sort of look around and there'll be all these interesting stories happening.
Like, I love to think you could, like, you'd have little controls on your seat too. And there's, like, the main event of the movie. You just sort of, like, and in your VR, you just leave. Drive off over and watch a different bit over there, where it's less detailed and kind of like a shitty hokey plot, kind of like Skyrim in the little books. Like, as you get further from the center of the movie, they kind of lose quality. But there's surprising little indie gems in the background from the tired, sleep-deprived writers they made to fill in the background content.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Like, look at this romance plot between these two random people.
Oh, while we're on the topic of Infinity War, I should put down on record my notes on what I think it's about.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's hear it.
So let me read you some snippets. It's written in sort of a comedic tone. It's not serious.
No, it's absolutely serious. This is Aemyn's serious thoughts.
This is my serious opinions based on I pondered the posters for a while. I just really looked at those for a bit, and I saw those big that big man, and I saw all my favorite characters. So Marvel's Infinity War is the story of Tony Stark, Iron Man, and his mission to protect the Earth from being destroyed by a mysterious villain and his power gauntlet. With help from all his friends and some frenemies, we see Tony lead forces in the biggest war yet against wave after wave of soldiers spawned by the gauntlet. It's a glove that can produce unlimited infinity matter, and while it was originally created for good, it is being used for evil. There are 4 more paragraphs.
Just like he's just like it's just like a straight shot of a field with him at one end with the glove and the other guys at the other end like shredding up enemies, and he's just like,
yeah. It's just like
enemy after enemy just like generating from the glove. It's just a GIF. It's not even a movie. Like, this is Infinite War. It's a GIF. You've been trapped and tricked. 20 years in the making.
It's like Gary's mod. He's spawning like NPCs in the one spot, and they all like burst out of the single point in space.
Yeah, they just suddenly appear in a jagged sort of slightly upwards area. And the movie starts to lag out, and they're all like, oh, why is this VR?
So I'm not going to read my 4 other paragraphs, but I'll give you the topics of them and you can pick one. We have space, production, lesson, and characters.
Let's hear, what's the lesson? What's the moral of this movie?
If there's one lesson to take away from this movie, it's that friendship is the most precious resource, and without it, we see the world crumble. When Tony Stark and the Hulk are talking in the rainforest, we get a glimpse into what it is like to be on opposite teams, but also still reconcile your differences and find love and compassion for old friends. Unfortunately, we also see friendships ended due to the power of the gauntlet, and so the ending is bittersweet. New friends are made, but some old friends part ways forever.
No comment.
So I'm going to go watch the movie at some point.
There is a rainforest, and some things you say there are actually surprisingly accurate.
So I'm excited to see this movie without watching any of the other movies, and we'll see how it goes.
I just had a thought. This is kind of like the pack rat equivalent of cinema. Like, let's just, rather than like each time in the past, they'd make a trilogy and go, we're done, and then they'd reboot it. And then they'd do something else with it, or they'd give up that character. Now it's more like, we can't get rid of Iron Man. Let's just puppet his body against Robert Downey Jr.'s will.
We need to make him stronger and shinier.
He's like, I want to quit. Help me. I don't want to be an actor anymore. And they're just like, no, you're ours. Not that Robert Downey Jr. is a trash. He is a gem. He is an absolute gem. But in the sense that they're accumulating actors, because by Infinity War, there's something like, for each of those 20 movies, there are, Guardians of the Galaxy alone brings like 8 people. Like, there's so many characters.
Yeah.
They're all just running around, and you're like, They're definitely hoarders. They're definitely story hoarders. And there's like, I'm going to keep all my characters. And then in a way, they did kind of celebrate it. But yeah.
No, I'm excited to see it, if only for the goof. But also, it sounds like an interesting movie.
Oh. Yeah, it about covers it, though. I think we're at
If Will Smith was in the Infinity War, would the intro or the outro be him rapping about what happened? And if so, how long would that song be?
Very, very long. Man, it could be kind of like the Pokemon rap, though, where they got like 150 superheroes. Just like, shit, I can't even remember. Just like, Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, the Widow, Hulk, Thor, Heimdall, da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, I hope someone writes a Marvel Cinematic Universe rap by Will Smith.
Oh, by Will Smith. That's adding another extra layer of specificity to your request.
That's important. We need Will Smith to perform it.
I actually did see someone had done a YouTube channel with mock like Will Smith raps for movies.
We need to contact these people.
I'll see if I can find it. I can't remember what it was.
They need to do the MCU rap.
But like Will Smith's rapping in like old movies. Did you ever see a movie where he did that?
No, I remember there was one. All I know of his rapping career is like he made a rap about how swearing's wrong, and then Eminem made a rap telling him to shut the fuck up.
He did that.
Or something.
But also in a couple of the movies he was in, the credits in the start or the end had like the plot of the movie. I think he did Men in Black, where there was like, gotta catch the aliens.
Oh, there was that whole opening scene or end scene with the music video.
Yeah.
For Men in Black. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the alien. Oh, God.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Why was that alien allowed to be there?
Yeah, the Men in Black. The Men in Black, yeah.
That's Will Smith's jam.
That was. Oh, man.
We are the Men in Black.
The noughties were almost the 90s.
Oh, God.
In hindsight. Like, they don't feel like it. Like, they didn't feel like it at the time. We were like, we're not the 90s. We're different.
No, the noughties were sort of secretly the 80s.
Yeah. They were like, we went backwards again. But there was no crazy fashion trend, though. Just jeans.
Everyone was just in jeans.
Everyone was just in, like, baggy jeans, I guess. But, like, what's the characteristic traits of the noughties? Like, it's got, I think we're too close to it to be like, oh yeah, remember the noughties, hey? Remember how they did that awful... They had a certain type of music. I don't know.
They definitely had a certain type of music. Like, bass had just been invented in electronic music. That was interesting.
I was actually talking to someone about this the other day. Just like, you can I feel like you can draw the line for each, like, decade halfway through its decade, in a sense. Like, halfway, like 1995... You sort of starting all of its later half onwards characteristics are still there in the year 2000, like the year 2000s up to about 2005.
Yeah.
So like at this point, what we're looking at for the next decade, for 2020 onwards, we're kind of already taking on those traits at the moment.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like a really stupid way to think of it, because like that's happening all the time, constantly. But I don't know. I like to put things in boxes and then keep them.
Keep them forever.
Or like forever. But I think that about covers it. Thank you for joining us here on the But Yeah podcast, or But Yeah, a podcast by Aemyn and Zeb.
But yeah, the Aemyn and Zeb edition.
Welcome to the podcast by Aemyn and Zeb. But yeah.
Hey, wait, what's the 2010 to 2020 period called? The tens?
The teenies?
The teenies?
I don't know.
The 20X. The X's?
Well, it can't be 20X because that would still be the naughties, kind of. It'd be like...
Twex.
The tweens.
No! I'm trying to restrict the amount of times that word is said on this show. I hate it.
The teen 20s go.
Teeny boppers.
Puberty for the age of Aquarius.
Oh, God. So thanks for listening to the But Yeah podcast. We like that you come and listen every week, every single time that there's a new day. Sometimes the schedule doesn't go exactly how we want, but that's just life.
Yeah. We like it in your ears when we get in there. Let us in more often. Except for when you can't. Come join us on our Facebook group. Come over there, say hi to us. We've got a new poll. Aemyn just started it.
We're going to put a poll up about Infinity War. We're going to get you to invent a new character.
Invent a new character and their power.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. We haven't done properly asking people to come and use our polls. Like lately, I've just been making them after or before the episode, not during. I think it'd be really cool if you come on over to our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/but yeah, and come vote in this poll. Create an Infinity War character and their backstory in the comments, and we'll just really get down into it. I'm thinking...
Let's make it a full-blown competition. Let's vote on the winner for this. Like, the winner gets in the next part 2 Avengers.
Yeah, the winner gets to replace Chris Pratt in the new Avengers.
We'll make it happen.
Avengers 4, the sequel to Avengers 3.
The subtitle will be the character that you make here, because they're going to be integral to the plot of this part 2.
Yeah, so we'll see you there.
Infinity again?
Infinity. But instead
Infinite Infinity Wars.
No, what it is, it says infinity, but the one of the eyes is replaced with a 1 and the second eye is replaced with a 2, so it's Inf1 2-inity.
Or just finity, because it's the last one. I don't know. That'll never happen, because Disney... Finite. Nah, Disney owns it. They're going to infinity use this product to make money. Robert Downey Jr., they own him.
We just said a bunch of trash for 30 seconds. Let's end this.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to our Finite podcast. You can also find us on Twitter at ButYeahPod. Until next week, stay crispy.
Get roasted.
What?
Stay crispy.
Yeah.
Stay crispy and bathe in butter.
You have a catchphrase.
What's my catchphrase?
You always say have a good.
Oh, right. Okay, let me say it. Okay. Have a good serving of butter on your crispy self.
No.